Welcome, Mountain Fortress Podcast fanatics. I'm here with none other than Doc. We really hope you enjoyed our Christmas in a Small Town presentation. We enjoyed it. Doc, what we got going on this evening?
Well, I tell you, we're just going to kick back with an old friend of ours, JR. And JR, you know, as everybody knows, he's the voice of AMW Wrestling. And we all grew up together, and we're just going to shoot the bull and talk about some of the things that's in the news, current events, things like that. Just chill out on this show.
We should chill out. We don't have enough chill out shows.
No, this is one of them.
And folks, please like and subscribe. And if you have any recommendations, what you'd like to see us do, feel free. Send it to us. We'll consider it.
Where it's Hunt Bigfoot or Loch Ness Monster, we're all in, you know?
Yes, one skeptic, but you know we got two right here in studio. That we'll talk about that later. But anyway, Jr., all thanks to you on that wonderful post you posted on Facebook.
Well, it's sincere, guys, and I'm just speaking from my heart. I have forever and a day been after the old world Christmas, the old time lights, the place where families come together. I don't know, it's just in me. And boy, I tell you, Hazard, Kentucky pulled it off this year.
It really did, didn't it?
Absolutely amazing.
It really did.
Really amazing. And all that hard work from all those fine folks down there. Your coverage was supreme, I'm telling you.
Well, we could have stayed there all
great.
day.
Oh, I'm
Unfortunately,
sure.
We had to run
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, we were on limited times because they had to literally get back out on Main Street.
man.
They was just running around like chickens with their head cut off. But they were nice enough to give us just a few minutes
Well,
of their time.
I mean, there's just so much behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be. There's no way that an 8 or 9, 10 hour work
something
day
I
can
thought
cover
was
it,
funny
you know?
when we asked, the mayor and the judge just to basically say Merry Christmas and tell us a little bit what's going on.
Yeah.
There was so much that they had to tell, and then they got off on projects that they've been working with.
Right,
I was like, does these people ever sleep?
We
Because,
spent
you can tell
probably
they're
45
busy
minutes off camera
talking about projects.
Yeah.
to these
Well,
guys.
These guys are
great.
fired up, and
That's great.
that's what it takes, to get.
And Wanda
There's
Brown
just-
as well. Thank you for your
Yes.
input.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
you helped us so much tremendously. Very grateful to you as well.
What she said, these guys dream it, and I try to make it happen.
Exactly.
and I believe that.
I believe that.
You know,
But I recommend to anybody next year, you need to go.
yeah.
Oh,
He did.
absolutely.
I think
Absolutely.
everybody will be there next year.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Have to be.
It was so cool to see an ice rink in the middle of Hazard.
What about that? I mean, and the big Merry Christmas going across the street
yeah.
there. Oh man, that enlightened my heart so
Oh, yeah.
much.
That's what Doc said
You know,
today, JR.
yeah.
Speaking of that, I have to,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I got to interrupt right there
No,
on
please
that.
do.
Doc said, it was so good to go down Main Street and see Merry Christmas. No, it was you actually that said it.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
I'm sorry, you
Yeah,
said it.
instead of
said,
Merry
I'm
Xmas.
so glad to see Merry Christmas, not Merry XO, Happy Holidays, and all that
Seasonal
other,
greetings.
other crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's
Yeah.
what it is.
We know the reason for the season.
Yes.
And I'll tell you something. We have truly been blessed with the team that we have, including you guys. Now, let me tell you, there's a lot of behind the scenes here. We've got the wizard over here.
Yeah, we got the
let me
wizard
tell you,
here.
that makes this stuff possible as well. And everybody working together, you see what
Right.
progress is. I
Right.
mean, it's amazing, simply amazing.
And we've managed to do this without a sponsor. And one of the reasons we've done that, it's not that we haven't
great.
asked for a sponsor, we haven't. But the reason we done it this way, so you wouldn't be all commercialized and
Yeah.
forced to say something a certain way.
Right.
We say it the way we want to say it, don't we, G-Man?
We're bullheaded. We have financed this whole thing ourselves. Nobody has bought one single thing other than me and I.
That's right.
We bought it.
brother.
That's right. There you go.
We have on who we want to have on.
Exactly.
And
That's exactly.
But now I will say this: we both agreed it'd never be a gotcha kind of show. It'll be a bless you kind of show. You know
Right.
what I mean? And a
Absolutely.
have fun kind of show.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm all on board. I'm always glad to come on board.
Well, one of the
I'll
reasons
be-
we love you as
Yeah.
just a routine guest. I mean, this is
Yeah.
what 3-4 times out of 12.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know,
I love
is
it.
because Jr. You are just a positive person.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
and,
I try
and,
to
and
be.
Gary and I, G-Man and I both grew up with you. We know, I mean, we know your values and we love
That's
you, buddy. And I
something-
see you help the community a lot.
Yes.
too.
we have all shared in this thing.
Yes.
We've all lived it and felt it.
Yes, we have.
There's been times that we've not been able to do things that we wanted to do, but we were shooting rubber bands at it, wasn't we?
Yes.
We were.
And buddy, let me tell you, that's why we're here now.
That-
We held on. We
that-
held on,
That's right.
And folks,
and we're doing
let's
it.
make a little announcement. We've not planned exactly what we're going to do for our Christmas special, but we can tell you this. JR himself, and I'm not going to tell you the story. You'll have to be watching this video, that video, I'm sorry, to see what his story is going to be. But he's going to read us a story for our Christmas special.
And I will promise you this. JR, every year it's a tradition, even though it's never maybe been captured on video. JR reads a Christmas story. And
Yes.
Yeah.
even the wrestlers will sit and listen to it. It's that good.
So if you want to see it, you're going to have to tune in to next week's show. We're not telling you.
No,
Be a good surprise for them.
Good
it'll
surprise.
be a good surprise.
When they unwrap it, they'll keep it.
Exactly. Because JR is passionate about Christmas.
I love Christmas.
More
guys.
passionate than anybody I've ever
love
seen
it.
in my life.
Love it.
Boy,
So you're
that's
going to be
true.
in for a treat.
I love
That
it.
is so true, man.
So let's get on with our part of the
Yes.
program.
Yeah, what's going on as far as the news? God bless those people over there with the tornadoes.
Oh
you
my
know?
goodness, we have to send prayers out
Yeah,
for all the people that's lost loved ones and the families, and
that's been terrible.
and all the people that's committed to working with that and helping those people. They're our people.
there
Exactly.
are people.
It doesn't
they're
matter.
Kentuckians,
All right.
and Kentuckians help Kentuckians.
We believe-
help other states. We
That's right.
believe in help. You know,
And I saw this
And-
morning or this afternoon that where Jonathan Jett, I believe,
Yes.
was rounding up supplies to take there already.
Really?
I mean, that's hazard. I mean, that's Perry County. That's how
yeah.
that's how this area, Eastern Kentucky,
it is.
Let me
It
intervene.
is.
Folks, if you can, even if it's $5,
Yeah.
Right.
give it to the Red Cross. That's a case of water for someone that needs it
It
desperately.
is.
Yeah.
That's toiletries that someone needs desperately.
Yeah.
Whatever you can give, please.
Yeah.
Get on your local Red Cross or whoever's hosting. That is legit. Let me
Or
rephrase
if you're
that.
worried about it, take something.
Take yes, but
Take
there's
it to
people
them.
right now in hazards taking things.
Mm.
Whatever you can donate, please donate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that I thought we ought to mention that on a serious note. I mean, that's
Yes.
Yeah.
serious.
That's as
Yeah,
serious
that's
as we
just as
get.
serious.
So far,
you
there's
get.
what 100 people close to it dead. You
Yes.
know, I mean, that's Kentuckians.
It's
you know.
right.
I mean, myself, my home office in Paducah, I got a text from another manager Saturday morning. I reached out and checked on, and she said we have gotten numerous employees that they're live, which thank God they're live. That's the main thing, but have lost everything. And at Christmas time,
Yeah, of all time.
of all times,
Wasn't that unusual
sad.
for tornadoes to come through at this time?
it's very unusual. But you had, I think,
They had
Missouri.
perfect, weather
You had Missouri had cold weather.
Yeah.
We had warm weather,
It just-
and it happened.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And it could have happened just as easily here.
Yes.
Without notice, without
Right.
warning. I mean, these things can just all of a sudden, come together.
Yes.
And you don't have a lot of warning time.
Well, Moorhead, it hit Moorhead about 3 or 4 years ago, if you remember, or something like that, wasn't it?
Yes, and
Yeah.
this was an
Yeah.
L5.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it has set the record of staying on the ground in more than any other tornado in the
200
United
some
States.
miles, wasn't it?
Yes. I mean, people say whatever they want about the mountains, but I thank God for the mountains because
It's a fortress.
we have a fortress.
We do have a fortress.
I mean, if one ever gets down in here, that's going to be a
That's
different
good.
scenario.
That's good.
But
We have a mountain
we're
fortress.
covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
true.
it's sad.
I think overall, well, there's so much beauty here in
Yes.
Southeast Kentucky.
Boy, it
And we sometimes we have people that just they may want to take this for granted or whatever. But if you really stop just one day, take a day and go out, walk through nature trail or what have you, and just look around, and you'll see that beauty. And nature's a healer.
You just proved Doc's point just a minute ago, JR, with
Yeah.
him saying your positivity.
Yeah,
That comment right there just proves why we love being around you.
I have, and let me just share this with you real quick.
Sure.
A lot of people don't know, but I'm open about this. I suffer from depression from time to time, but I have found that nature is a great healer for me.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I can go and sit and think out intrusive thoughts and eliminate those and see the beauty and stuff. And a lot of times, just the refreshing air sometimes is enough to kick you back into saying, "Hey, I'm going to beat this thing.
Yeah.
So it's more than just a pretty portrait there. It's also a healer.
Yes.
And I'm a firm believer in that. I just wanted to share
And
that.
then
That's
JR,
fine.
you said something off camera a while ago that really hit home and it meant a lot to me when you said the softest hearts sometimes hurt the most. That's
Yeah,
true.
Sometimes
true.
that happens. I mean,
You know,
everybody's affected by things. We all have tragedies throughout our life,
right,
some a lot worse than others.
right.
And it seems that in a time of need that the softest hearts are the ones that
Hurt the most,
worst
right.
and hurt the most. Yeah, and it's just one of those things.
And
But,
during
you
this
know.
time of the holidays too, there's joy, but there's also a lot of depression. Here, so we gotta,
right. So
you know,
what we have to focus on is living every day the best that we can make it. And if you can make someone smile, I always taught my kids, if you can make somebody smile or laugh every day, compliment somebody. I mean, hey, if your server in a restaurant's doing a great job, how does it hurt to say you're an excellent server?
oh yeah,
That may be the pickup that they need for that day. You know
That's
what I'm
true.
saying?
But
I just like
JR, I've told you so many times,
Yeah.
and Doc's right here now, so I'm gonna say it because I know what's going to happen already.
Yes.
You sit back and you think during our commentation time, AMW, there's sometimes you sit there and get in your own head and you think, what am I bringing? Well, trust me,
Yeah.
without you, Doc and I couldn't do what we do. You're our inspiration there.
oh,
I
You pull
appreciate
us
that.
in.
Hey.
And Doc's sitting right here, and he's not objecting to that at all.
Well,
Well, I used to say my number one job is make sure JR shows up.
Yeah.
oh my goodness, guys.
So,
It's making my head swell here. I'm going to say this. I'm glad that I have that type of influence on you. But in return, I look so forward to coming in to your guys' attitudes and stuff because it kind of, I guess we level each other out, don't we?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And at times it's a crazy circus.
It is a
You
crazy,
know.
this world is a crazy circus.
it's the
I'm
circle.
telling you, it's a crazy world.
And surround yourself with good people.
Yeah,
That's the key out there,
wonderful
guys.
key. Wonderful key. That opened many doors for you.
If people are
Yes.
bringing you down,
Yeah.
get away from
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
good. That's right.
Because I can say this, I can get around these two right here, no matter what kind of mood I'm in, I forget it.
Well, I've always been into comedy. I've always been someone to try to make somebody laugh, and it's a real challenge sometimes with some people.
Well, isn't
Most
that
of the
true?
time I can do it. I mean, sometimes it takes a little more hammering, but you can do it. But the feeling of it is just getting that reaction from them, from people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Because people does not know what somebody else is going through. And
right.
any of us can say just one little positive thing that may change an outcome.
Right.
We don't know what they're going through personally.
That's true.
We can't get in their head.
That's true. That is true.
That's very true.
That is very true. But there's so much going on in the world today that's negative. You guys bring a lot of positive light onto things. And speaking of that, Doc, I think do you not have a little news story to share with us with some
are you
comedy?
talking about the?
Now let's get interested. Let's
You know,
make it very interesting.
This dentist here made the comment earlier that I wish I could have been that plumber. What plumber would you want to be?
Tell us, Doc, about
Tell
the
us,
plumber.
Doc.
Well, we were just going over news stories for the show, what we were
Yeah.
going to talk about. And, I'd love to be Joe Olstein's plumber. Wouldn't you?
Well, the
He'd have
man,
leaks everywhere. I'd be tearing out
yeah.
every wall.
the man may have been a plumber and know what he's doing. But in my personal theory now,
Yes.
and y'all feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but he was the idiot.
Well,
If I'm going to find that kind of money in a wall, do you think I'm going to tell him I found it? Because after all, who did he take from?
Well,
I
he
won't
was
say another word,
well,
probably
I
not.
think
should've.
I think it was $600,000,
oh my goodness.
and he was expecting, I think, to get 10%. Like Joel asked you to do. You know what I mean?
right.
And I think he got 20 grand out of the deal. That's what I
my
was told.
goodness.
Scooter, you got something to say on that deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scooter.
He's over
All
his
right,
faults.
folks, mark that down. Scooter has no comment.
Well, Scooter, I think, looked him up for us before the show and to see what his net worth was because I was just curious. if I lost $600,000, well, I don't know where that's at, but anyway, I mean, and not even worry about it. How much are you worth?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's crazy.
And he said 350 million. Is that what Joel Osteen was worth?
150.
I'm sorry, a measly 150 million.
Yeah, measly.
No, he could just
50
he could just buy Island and live forever.
Oh my goodness.
Is Kenneth Copeland's worth 750 million, right?
Don't get him started on that one.
I know. I'm sorry. He's got 2 jet planes, not one.
Oh my goodness.
You know, and that's what hurts little churches.
Yeah,
That's
it
trying
is.
to do what's right.
I'm
you know
not-
what I mean?
I would love to live the life of Riley, but I want to do it with halfway good conscience. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right. Well, here's what I think Joel should have done with the money. You listen,
Yeah.
Joel? Since you didn't miss it anyway, you should have donated it to the homeless shelter or something. You know what I mean?
That would be nice.
My thing with that is, with him personally, I don't care. We paid for this, so deal with
You
it.
said it, G-Man.
This is my thing. You have a football stadium-sized church.
Yeah.
A hurricane hits, and you won't open your doors to help people. You got issues, my friend.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
exactly right.
Oh, yeah. And if he had 150 million, he could afford to clean it later. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
There's a saying that a wise man in Detroit, Michigan told me one time. He said, let the true heart open to all.
Right.
He said,
Yes.
if you come to my door, I will feed you.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, okay. He said, one of these days, kid, and I was small then,
Right.
he said, you'll take heed to what I'm saying. Everything will come to you so clearly. He was a wise man.
Well, you know, you'll know them by the fruits they bear. And
That's true.
And, you know-
well, for one thing, could you, if you had excess, could you stand to see someone
no.
hurt and
No.
do without
No.
in a time of need in dire straits at all? No.
Well,
nobody
and
should
I
have
don't mean to get on my soapbox and preach because I'm far no preacher, but what
Well,
Jesus
neither am
say?
I.
Sell all you got and follow me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
He didn't say, hey, let's see how much we can get.
Right.
Let's see if we can hit $1 million.
And well,
Yeah.
I'm like you, Doc. I'm a firm believer. You never know when you're being entertained by an angel.
That's right.
That's
And
true.
it says that they will come to your door
That's
asking
true.
for help.
That's true.
Always
That's true.
do the right thing.
Do
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
I wish back in teenage years, I could have seen things the way, have the perspective that I have now.
Yes.
Right.
Unfortunately, I did not have.
Right.
And thought every woman was made for me and all this foolishness.
Well, we all went through that stage.
I believe if you do
Foolishness.
two things and
But,
you really
you know,
do it and mean to do
and-
it, love thy neighbor as thyself and love
Yes.
the Lord thy God with all thy might,
Yes.
you got it.
You got
Yes.
it. Well,
You
I agree with that.
But-
I agree
and-
with that.
a lot of people say, well, it's neither here nor there. It's like this. It is the way you want it to be. If you want to be corrupt, you'll be corrupt.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No one has to twist your arm.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I do know.
And if you want to go out here and help people and do the best you can and so forth, then that's a just heart.
Yes.
That's what you'll produce.
What
You'll-
you give is what you get.
That's exactly.
If you were a rump to everybody, I won't use other words, but I won't
Yeah,
because we're family
right.
friends.
What's that Willie Nelson said? Just good old fashioned karma coming down.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
What you get's what you sow in this life.
Yes. Yes.
I
And
really want my comment about that.
Okay.
I know what he was doing something. I didn't know what he was
I was
doing.
wondering why he was tying the mics
I wish
together.
we had a shot of this of him hugging the microphone.
Yeah, I don't want people seeing me like this anyway.
Okay. Yeah. What's your comment there, Scooter?
Um,
Without cursing, please.
yeah,
This is not
Sorry,
his
that was
porch.
it.
but I think any TV pastor, no offense, is a con artist. That's just my opinion. I just think it's like, well, the church needs so much help, but could you put in at least $50 more, please, to the donation tray? And then as soon as they get the letters, they have mail opening rooms made specifically just to pull the money out and not read the letters at all. So,
What's efficient?
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, I mean,
It's efficient.
it's a good business.
It's a
not
business.
correct business.
Business.
That's the key word.
Business. Yeah.
Right.
But I have to say one quick thing on what you just said because the light just kicked on. You
Yeah.
know, that little Mark you said was more talking about televangelists. Well, I'm gonna have to extend that just a little bit more, and I really don't care. But a small town church pastor can be just as dirty as a televangelist.
Oh,
They
And that's
can.
all I'm
They
saying
can.
about that.
They
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
can.
They can buy an
Yeah.
extra boat or two.
Well, yeah. I mean, hey,
True.
you
And I'll
know,
make one last comment. No offense. I know it's gonna hurt some.
But now there's good churches out there too.
Yes, I'm
Good
not saying there's
pastor.
not, but
People
there is,
doing God's
there is.
work.
Yes.
But if you actually believe in these TV peoples, I think you might have a low IQ, and that's not an insult. That's just an analogy for me. You might be a little dumb, you know.
well, it's Uncle Doc's coming out in him now.
You know, these pastors have like a $10,000 suit, and you're like, oh yeah, they could use my $40. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I do think sad is there's probably some elderly people out there that's getting by on $700 a month. Their
Yeah,
rent's
I
probably
agree.
$500 of it.
I agree.
They're trying to eat, and then
I agree.
they see these people bumming money, and
Yeah.
they've got a heart of gold.
And it plays on their emotions.
Yeah.
It plays on their emotions,
And then the next
they
thing you
send
know, they're
them, and then
giving.
they do without.
Yeah,
You know,
I
and
agree.
Yeah.
you know, I have
Yeah.
well. It's not that I have a problem with it as much as God's going to have a problem with it. I
Exactly.
think, but they'll take that up later.
But
Yeah.
now let's move on because
Yeah.
I got something I've been dying to bring up
Let's
all
hear it.
day.
Bring it up.
One of my favorites, and I have to bring it up just because of Doc in particular.
Oh no!
I want his
watch out.
input because I know what I'm going to get pretty much already, but I just want to throw it out there because he has no idea what I'm about to say to him. I
out.
didn't tell him before the
Watch
show.
out.
No.
A dentist in Italy was going to get his COVID vaccine and was busted for using a fake arm to try to get his COVID vaccine.
Is this true?
True story. I pull it on the phone right now.
Oh my God! Well, no, I believe you. Why? I mean, when did this happen? This week?
Last week.
Last week? We said look for unusual stories. That's. Well, I mean, well, number one, was he afraid of the vaccine?
I guess he was.
Well, I've
my
had my
goodness.
vaccine. I'm fine, brother. Go ahead and get it. Have you had yours, JR?
I've had mine.
It's too late now. Yeah, I've had my. He's in jail. He got busted
He got
immediately.
busted.
Using a fake arm.
Using a fake arm. What about that? You talking about reaching out? He had a little
I just
trouble.
don't know if he was going around like this.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! That's hilarious.
I could not. I had to bring that one
That
out.
was too good to make it.
No,
Yeah, that's
good to
real.
make up.
Man, that's hilarious, man. It's hilarious.
I mean, there are
Crazy.
people. Well, I
Going
don't
through
want to get it on the vaccine because God knows people burn your house down over that anymore.
Yeah.
I just want to know, was it a cadaver arm or a mannequin
Cadaver
arm?
arm, it
They didn't
could be.
elaborate.
That's,
I mean, then what did he do? Go,
yeah.
you
Here's
know,
my arm.
really, I mean,
No need to check it.
yeah.
Just do it quick and get it over
He
with.
said I wouldn't surprise you with the story I found.
Yeah,
That's
so
it.
That's it. That's
Oh,
it,
my
brother.
God.
What do you think now?
He's
I don't
speechless.
I don't put nothing past my profession anymore. That's awful.
It's
well, you
hilarious.
know, obviously Italy's probably stricter than we are.
I'm sure they
I mean,
are.
here they'll let you practice kill yourself if you want to. You know what I mean?
But
I mean, well,
a fake arm. You think you're going to get through is presenting a
oh
fake
my
arm.
goodness.
jeez.
You going to say, I had a stroke?
You know, I'd have been a cadaver arm. I never thought about it.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
a little stiff, a little cold.
Doc will go home tonight and check into that. He'll Google that to
I
find
will.
out.
We'll find that one.
I want
He
to know
will
who
find
this
it.
guy is.
Yes. What mastermind plotted
Man,
that up?
man.
Man. You hear of a lot of things. You really do.
Oh, buddy, you know. And I'm friends with the president of the board, so I hear a lot of things
You
anyway.
get a lot of things.
Nothing like that.
Oh,
though.
my goodness.
So, JR, what do you have on your mind since we.
Well, okay. There's a news story from Monroe, Michigan. I cover a lot of Michigan stories and stuff from Monroe, Michigan. Back at Halloween, this guy had his last name was Henson, and he had a truck, and he was a con man of sorts, and he decided that he was going to spook his truck up on the inside and put in a scary music CD. And
That's a $50 fine.
that's a $50 fine right there. And charge kids $5 a piece to ride them from one end of the street to the other and come back. And the whole time, make noises and gestures himself, like and stuff like that. And the parents went along with it and stuff until they found out that he was telling the kids, look, on the way out, you got to put $1 in the thing for the Tootsie Roll I'm giving you. And he was charging them $1 a piece for Tootsie Rolls as they was getting out of the truck.
I call the man a visionary. I'm just going as a doc, and I didn't think
So,
about that when we were younger.
And come find out, he pulled off other cons as well. I don't know, just some of the craziest things. But I thought to myself, that could probably happen up where I live if I can find me a truck by Halloween. Yeah, I had it all decorated. And
Well, you know, Mom and Dad had that little grocery store, and Mom bought me a set of watercolor paints, you know, hoping I'd get into the arts. Well,
wonderful.
yeah, it is wonderful, but I had other. Okay.
Yeah, you can't sugarcoat it.
Me and G-Man decided to set up a painting your shoes booth
Oh,
for
wonderful.
the children, because back when we were kids, the only kind of Converse you could buy is Snow White.
Is
Remember?
the Snow White Converse.
Taylor's.
Yep.
Chuck
We
Taylors.
we need some money for this idea.
Exactly.
Because we had the ideas, they bring it over there, and we would like color them different colors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Make them tie dye kind of color.
sure.
Well, you can imagine those kids went home and said that G-Man and Doc charged them $1 of shoes. Well, they were mad, and my mom and dad ended up having to pay for. Our parents had to pay for a couple of shoes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but that's a true
Wonderful.
story.
What can I say? We were entrepreneurs at a young age.
Yeah.
But we were ahead of our time.
That's right. We were visionaries.
Yeah, I mean, you
For
know, the
some
only-
reason, that brings a memory. You want to know a real quick memory?
Sure.
Yeah.
My mother, she loved the auctions, and she would be over there. Me and her would carry on with each other. But we had another seller that brought in binoculars one night to sell to the crowd. And while he's presenting them, I take the sample pair and I grab a marker off the block and I just go around it with this marker around the lens cup, you know, around the lens. And I thought he would grab them when my mom grabbed them. And she put
like she
those
had
up to
black
her
eyes?
face, and she had 2 black eyes, and people were dying. And I tried to, I said, "No, Mom, here." She said, "Give me them. I'll show them how they work." And she just put them up there. And she was parading around, and she had those 2 circles, and then everybody laughed. And she said, "What is it? What did he do to me?"
Oh,
she
my
knew something was up. And man, I took a beating. It was hard.
We took some beatings.
Yeah, we took plenty
Fierce.
of beatings.
It was fierce. And I tell you, I might have been 30-year-old, but Mom could whoop. I mean, you know, she could.
Well, we made $16 that day.
Yes.
Oh,
We
you
make
did
it
great. Yeah.
Back during that time.
And you banked it. It grew interest, and
Yeah.
look at you now.
Yeah, there you go. 50 years of interest.
That is hilarious.
No, really, we were thinking about our next scam. I mean, our next venture.
Yes, yes.
And we'd go out and buy whatever we needed for the next process.
That's what we were doing. Well, we already had the paint. We used all the paint.
All the paint was gone.
And I swear, looking back, I wish we done nice work on those.
We done nice
Palm
work on those.
trees, and
Oh, wow.
you know, I mean, you know, some of them looked like a chicken and it was really a cat. But I mean, you know,
Well, I mean, a little imagination goes a long
Little
way.
imagination.
a
goes a long way.
long
Yeah.
way, brother.
It's how you present your product,
That's
right?
it's how you. Yeah, exactly.
Presentation is a
But you
big
know,
percent of
and
success.
you know, you remember
Yeah.
this back when we were kids, like today, and God bless the people who can do this. But I mean, anytime a kid needs shoes, hope they can go get it. But back when we was kids,
Yeah.
you got shoes like twice a year if you was lucky.
Right.
Once
Exactly.
you would, you know what I mean?
That's
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
And so I guess
We
those
just-
parents didn't see it the way we saw it. did
Yeah.
they?
No.
So-
They wasn't too impressed with it.
no, it's like he ruined the brand new pair of Converse Post.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're purple. You never see a purple pair like that.
Oh, you're unique.
Unique, man.
Oh,
But
the
that
fun
is
we
a
can
true
have.
story.
Man.
We set up a whole booth in the back to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You went kind of big starting out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, well, Dad gave us a shoe shine box. I guess
Okay.
he thought we would,
Oh, yeah.
but we
right.
used it to paint.
Of course. Yeah. 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 Give me this. I'll use it the way I want.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
What-
Pull the paints out. We done the first Air Jordans, probably, didn't we?
We probably had, yeah.
Making
The
memories,
little
guys.
strap. That's right.
Making memories.
That's
We
right.
can only patent some of that stuff we done.
Gee.
What was the rattlesnake song you used to sing as a kid? By the way, speaking of, when I was
yeah,
a kid, I
used to-
remember you getting up in a crowd and singing some
they
song.
they would have me do a little storyline, a thing called the Day of the Rattlesnake or the Rattlesnake Song or
It was
something.
in church or something. Yeah, rattlesnake in church. Or
Yeah, people handling snakes and this guy getting. I don't
Don't you remember him doing that?
You know, I still go out today and people mention that.
When he was a little kid.
Can you do the rattlesnake thing? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I don't do. But and then this teacher came to me. I remember in fourth grade. She said, "Won't you sing this little song?" And I said, "Okay." Granny was a mini skirt. Her thing gets in style. Every time she twists and jerks, it drives her grandpa wild. And she said, "Well, do you have anything else?" I said, "No, that's all I got." So, but you know, it's just one of them things. I don't know. My musical career never really took hold. I guess I'm just stuck on Yellow Creek. So,
Well, Doc and I had aspirations to be in the next Kiss, and it didn't quite work out for us either. So
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you know, this is a little PG. Is it okay?
yeah.
it's a little people.
Well, I go home and Mom's busy, and the teacher told us to learn a little poem. You know, it's the second
Right.
grade. So I go to Dad, which is a mistake.
Uh-oh, watch out now.
Because if you guys knew my dad, he was kind of a colorful character anyway. And
Great
so
dad.
here was his poem he taught me. Up she got the way she runs, squatted down and out it come. Okay. so I know it sounds bad, but it's a lady milking a cow. That's what he, that's what he, you know. Up she got, way she runs,
Right.
squatted down.
Right. Okay.
And well, the teacher, I had a detention and a spanking over
Well,
there.
yeah, you got it.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. It really helped you there. That's funny.
I wouldn't go to him no more for poems.
Well, I always wanted to be a game show host. They put a microphone in my hand, made me become an auctioneer. So
There you go.
There you go.
I mean, I sell stuff in my sleep, man.
Ah,
I'd be
there-
going down the highway. Just,
There you go.
Get
Which,
sleepy
by the
food.
way, your auction started back up, right?
Well, we are up and running again. December 20th, I will have a special wholesale guy come in and sell a lot of stuff.
That's
up there.
great,
If you get
man.
a chance, come up. I mean, I appreciate the plug. I tell everybody, you remember those say, if you can't come in, smile or wave as you go by or
Right,
whatever.
right.
Same thing up there.
Right.
I love people. I like for them to come in,
Right.
associate, and talk. We've got
But you have some good stuff up there, JR.
yeah,
Yes.
really, we do. I
High
mean, the
quality
sellers
stuff.
are bringing some great items. I mean, you know,
Right.
things you can use and
And he's opened up a kitchen, which has great food now.
yeah, Kelly's little cafe is
Kelly's Cafe.
bless her heart. She's cooking for the world. That's what she said. She said, you know, I don't know about this. I said, oh, you're doing great. And I'm patting her on the back and looking over her shoulder, counting the money. You know,
Oh, yeah, there you go. There
keep
you go.
it up, keep it up.
There you go. There you go.
She's Kelly's doing a great job up there, and she'll soon be out of beautician school. So maybe my hair changed. You know what I'm saying? You
Wow.
may see me. It could be anything. It could be.
At this age, JR, I'm glad to have her here. Are you?
I'm glad to have.
Well, mine's thinning. And
Well, I mean, you know, I'm starting to get the, you know,
I've got a major announcement that I've been hiding from you guys.
let's hear it.
Even off scenes, I never mentioned this to my two best friends here. Are you ready for
I'm
this?
ready.
we're ready.
I have decided that I am willing for charity to go back in the ring one more time.
No kidding.
No kidding. I'm on the way to getting myself healthy enough as to where I can do this. I want to do it one more time, but I want it to be for a great charity.
Later, at a later date and time, there's some things going on that Doc's in on
Yes.
that might come in
Yeah.
very well.
What
very well.
What I would like to do is
Downtown.
the
Mayor.
Yeah.
oh yeah, okay. I would like to
That's what I
do
was thinking.
the photos from it and everything.
Yeah.
Sell some of them or what have you, and donate it all to whatever charity, and I'll go back for the final wrestling match.
That's cool.
And
That's great. Because
suited up and all.
How long's it
Just,
been, JR, since you suited?
1998.
I thought it'd been a while.
1998. I was presented an award in 2003, I think it was, and was jumped by a couple of guys and took some bumps. But I will go back in the ring one more time for an actual wrestling match. Not a 60-minute time limit or anything.
No
like
Broadway?
that, but no Broadways. But I will go back in for one more match for charity. That's the only way I'll do it, for charity.
well, if
I
this
would
thing works out that we got
Yeah.
talked to the other night,
Yeah.
this would be the perfect charity. I'm telling you.
We got to talk to the owners and promoters, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, all three of us, we kind of beat up on the promoter
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, we
do
got
what we
it.
got to do to him, man. I tell you, but yeah, I just I got a little taste of it back when
That was
G-Bay
that was
got
great. I wish you could have saw that.
Oh, did he get the fight?
Well, when we were it was what was not Thanksgiving turmoil, whatever the one was before Thanksgiving turmoil.
Oh yeah, the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah,
we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jr. looked at me. He said, "I want to get in that ring. I want to get in the ring." And he got up there for 5, 6, 7 minutes, whatever it was. And I mean, it was just like watching a kid in a candy store.
He do the ropes and stuff.
He did.
There was some guys in there working out, and I just said, "Let's lock up." And I took a shoulder smash off the rope,
He did.
took the bump, retrieved myself back to a neutral corner, and it didn't
Felt
take me.
good again.
It felt wonderful. It didn't take me long at all to shake it off. I think 2 or 3 hours, I was back to normal breathing. So, I mean, yeah, yeah.
And that's another thing. These guys are athletes, aren't they, JR?
They-
I mean, they really are.
You know what? I have to say that we have such a. I'm going to talk about them just
Yeah.
for a second.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we want you.
We have some talent that goes out there and gives the fans.
Yeah, man.
They give them everything they have. I'm telling you something. When you take those backdrops and your body's slammed and you come off those ropes and you've got the welts on you from the steel cable and chop marks all over your chest and this and that, these guys are working their butts off out there to entertain that crowd and to get that pop from them. And I like to see that crowd excited.
Yes.
oh yeah.
That's just a way to pay them back. When you show your excitement, when you show, if you're mad and you show it, you're helping the whole program.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Yes.
and that's great.
I was so
you know.
glad to see Stan back.
Oh man, I tell you,
I was.
what
Oh,
a
yes.
wrestler! What a wrestler! What a pop! I think, man, it was crazy that night. Gee, my
That
goodness.
was wild.
And the way he did it with the mask guy come out.
Oh,
and,
oh,
that was something. That was really
yeah,
something.
yeah. That's going to be remembered for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And of course him and Mr. Higgins, you can't
That's a team that's unbeatable.
Yeah.
I mean,
Unbeatable team right there.
man.
Yeah. So who would you challenge, JR? You challenge Lemon Juice McGee or
Well, no, no opponent really. There was one opponent that came to my mind, a guy that I wrestled that defeated me.
oh, you want revenge?
And there's a little,
This is getting real interesting
little
now.
vengeance.
Grudge match.
And
A grudge man.
and I want to say this: we were in the Dome at Betsy Lane, Kentucky,
Okay.
and we wrestled through the crowd and outside, and we
This is like an old Rocky story.
yeah we had fought and the agreement was the loser would be painted, one of those
Right.
type of deals, and I lost the match. Coming back into the ring, he hit me with a foreign object, and then he put his feet up on the ropes in the corner, and he pinned me 1, 2, 3. And then these guys came out and they continued to paint me with spray paint,
Oh man.
and they couldn't use a generic brand that'd wash off easy. They had to use something, that you couldn't get off. But anyway, and I always said, you know what? One of these days, I'll be back. I will be back. You've not seen the last of me. I'll be back. I'll be back. So I don't know.
So you
But
never got the chance to avenge that.
no, never did. Never did.
Is the guy still wrestling or
No, he retired too, And
We're not going to have to go to nursing home or nothing.
well, I was just thinking, if that's the case, I've got a chance. If that's the case, I've got a chance.
You know me and G-Man, we'll wheel you in there in a wheelchair.
I know
That's
that.
right.
I know that.
That's right.
Back then, I mean, I was actually wrestling as a heel too, but I think my fan club held their meetings downtown in a phone booth somewhere.
I hear you.
But all that aside, I said, I will be back. I will be back. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't know. It's one of those things. I'll do it for charity. I'll go back in there, and I think that would be one way that I could, how would you say?
Well, have you kept in touch with the guy? I mean,
I haven't. A buddy of mine once told me that he did a show somewhere and said he couldn't function because of his knees.
oh,
And again, I'd have a chance. I mean, I could jump on those knees,
Figure 4 leg lock.
figure 4 leg lock. I can get this thing. I think it
now they have wheelchair basketball, but I've never seen wheelchair racing.
That would be
Not a
hard.
bad idea.
that we could. I think we could get the promoter to go along with that,
Yeah,
along with everything else.
Hey, I've got 3 wheelchairs. I'll donate 2 for sure.
Okay, all right then. I'm afraid at the end it end up being a casket match, and I'll be carried out.
Oh man,
But I would do that.
we'll have strap you guys stay. I'll let you go at it.
I could just be entertaining the idea. I don't know, but I've got it.
I don't know.
In my
The
mind.
state of Kentucky, the laws and stuff on wrestling. I bet you it's in there somewhere where we can't do that.
We can always go across Virginia line. That's not too far away.
Well,
Right?
Tennessee don't even
Tennessee,
have laws.
yeah.
So,
Tennessee don't even have so.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll make it happen if the promoter go along
Oh
with it.
yeah.
For
Oh
sure.
Well, folks,
Yeah.
we've digressed. We planned on having a 30-minute show. We went a little bit over. And JR's got an auction to run. We can
Yeah.
want to cut out of here.
I've had a great time. I thank you guys for having me.
It's
here.
always
I
just like,
thank
just when
we
friends
just
getting
walk
together.
into it.
That's right.
We don't need lines. That's what I love about this. We just come in and talk.
That's what we do.
Hats
You know,
off to the wizard over there, man.
Yes.
This guy he's amazing. I mean,
Scooter,
he
stay
is.
high, Scooter.
Scooter is amazing.
Oh,
About it.
okay. All right.
But next week, our Christmas special, as I said, we don't know what we're going to be doing, but we can promise you JR will be reading you a story at the ending.
Yeah.
Yes, I shall read.
And he might reveal the guy's name, but then again, he may not.
But we will work on that.
We'll work on that. We'll fish him out of the woodwork. Well, we'll dig him up.
So, folks, you have a good week, and we'll
Yeah.
see you next week, Fanatics.
See you guys.